This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by Squarespace. Welcome to App Judgment, your source for mobile application news and reviews. I'm Mauricio Balvanera. Now, a while ago, we took a look at MG Moco's We Rule. This is a Farmville-style sandbox game where you plant crops, tend to peasants, and develop your kingdom. Well, WeCity is a completely new game where you build factories, tend to urbanites, and develop your metropolis. Completely new. The goal of the game is to gain experience by producing goods and services for your city as well as the neighboring cities. You start off as a small town with small tasks, but as you level, your abilities become exponentially more complex and powerful. It's a little bit like Farmville meets SimCity without the shame of telling your friends and family you play Farmville. The city layout is going to look familiar if you've kept up with We Rule and We Farm. You've got the familiar diagonal perspective with plenty of room to develop. You've got your build options, from the functional productivity buildings like factories to the beautification options for your own aesthetic purposes. You even have your social feature, which gives you a wider look at cities down the highway, which are representations of your real-world gaming friends. And of course, you've got your Zap. Zap is a bolt of electricity off the proverbial gaming power grid that allows you to instantly develop a commodity you're building. The We Rule equivalent is Mojo. This is the genius of the Wii gaming series. The game itself is free, and you'll have fun taking your time building the city and waiting for products in your factories to be developed. But once you start getting social, you'll quickly realize why they call this a freemium game. You're going to feel the pressure to speed up your production and using your Zap points to, say, instantly create boats instead of waiting the required 12 hours to collect experience and cash. You start off with about a dozen Zap points to speed up production. After that, you gain a few every time you level, or you can purchase surges, bolts, charges, and other options via the in-app store. And trust me, you will. We'll go over some WeCity pros and cons and final judgment right after we play some WeSponsor.
Squarespace offers users a flexible solution for anyone looking to create a blog, personal portfolio, or any kind of website. No matter what level of coding experience you have, Squarespace can provide the tools needed to create a high-end, complex website that is uniquely your own. And don't worry if you come across any questions or issues, because Squarespace offers every user 24/7 support. Squarespace's iPhone app was recently updated with all kinds of great new features like full HTML, blog editing on the go, and comment moderation. Get push notifications to approve new comments, mark existing comments as spam, reply to comments, and more, all from your iPhone. Many of the internet's highest trafficked web pages are powered by Squarespace, not to mention many of the personal pages of Revision 3 hosts and personalities. Go to www.squarespace.com to learn more. And be sure to enter the code AppJudgment when checking out to earn 10% off the lifetime of your order.
All right, now that we have the lay of the land a bit, let's tend to some pros and cons. Gameplay is simple, the UI is intuitive, and the challenges are engaging. Is this smart gaming? Absolutely not. This is a mindless social game, and I love it and you love it. Don't pretend you don't. There are a few flaws, however. This is such a literal translation of previous MG Moco games, some things don't exactly translate. Like, why does it take 6 hours for my convenience store to make a slushie? That's not very convenient. And if I don't collect the results of studying business at the local college in time, I can no longer reap the benefits of the education, and I have to clean up as if they were rotting crops. Come to think of it, I guess I don't really remember anything I learned in macroeconomics class in college, so I guess it makes sense after all. There's also a certain je ne sais quoi missing from the game. We Rule had warm and fuzzy peasants. The medieval times fantasy model just made for lovable characters and whimsical buildings. Getting comfy with gruff businessmen is gonna take some time. But ultimately the formula is genius and the gameplay is addicting and fun, and I will happily buy into the formula over and over again. It's like slipping into old slippers and a smoking jacket. This is by definition casual gaming, and I say, download it. All right, if you want to join me for some WeCity, friend me at MowBrownCow. That's my username in the game. I'll post your name in the show notes at the link below so we can collectively rule the world, one virtual factory at a time. Also, follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, our homepage, and me personally on Twitter. I'll see you on the Power Grid.